Hello, my name is Chris Matthews. I'm a relationship coach and licensed marriage and family therapist. And in this video, I'm going to answer a very important question. And that question is, can men and women just be friends? And if so, how? And this question was brought up a lot when I started therapy with couples because there are a lot of insecurities that partners might have. And if there's a history of one partner not being faithful, then it can impact how other external relationships are managed. So just a personal story before we get going. When I was in high school, throughout college, I had a lot of female friends. And my female friends were very attractive. But I never crossed the line and were intimate with these friends or gave off mixed signals because I didn't want the friendship to go down a different path. I actually enjoyed the security of knowing I didn't have to be on for that person. Usually when you're having sex with somebody or you connect on that level, you got to be on for them. You can't just be yourself all the time. So a lot of my friends, my homeboys would kind of joke like, man, Chris, how you got all these female friends that are beautiful? You must be doing something with them, right? I'd say, nah. And then the females, they would kind of ask me too. They would sometimes try me. They would, come over and act like, we were more than just friends. And I would decline their offers to pursue a physical relationship. And they would feel, rejected. But they would ask me like, well, Chris, I know I look good. Why are you not like other men? And I would tell them, well, if I wanted to pursue you more than a friend, then I wouldn't be your friend. And that's going to be the first one that we roll into. So first one is respect the boundaries, right? If you want to have a friend that's of the opposite sex, or it's 2021, it might be the same sex, and you're attracted to that person, make sure that you're respecting the boundaries. So what is that, right? What are the boundaries, right? The boundaries are encompassing the setting, right? The advancements, the hints, the blind sides. So when I was in college, I just met my wife and we weren't defined, but I knew we were going to be at the stage of being committed. So I was already starting to kind of push other women away, let them know, hey, I'm seeing someone, I'm talking to somebody. And I recall going to a friend's dorm room. It was a female friend and we were supposed to be studying. So I came over to the dorm room with the intent of just studying. And when I get into her room, she had a bra on. And she had some large breasts and, very attractive. And I remember walking in, and initially in my head, I'm like, well, this is her room. Do I tell her to change? And I just took a risk. I was like, hey, look, you're clearly attractive. I don't want to put any mixed signals out there. I'm talking to this, female that I'm really close to. Do me a favor. Would you mind just putting on another shirt? Because I am a man and men are visual and I don't want to be looking at you in that way when we're supposed to really be here studying. And initially she kind of paused and she respected my wishes. She respected my boundaries. She put another shirt on. And we ended up having a really good friendship because in that moment, I also believe she knew that she didn't have to be on for me and I wasn't going to be on for her. When we went out to restaurants between classes, we didn't pay for each other's meal. We always went Dutch. I paid for my meal. She paid for her meal. There wasn't any touching. So I made sure that I was responsible when it came to managing those boundaries despite her attraction. And that taught me too how to begin to see women as people and not objects or meat or items just for physical enjoyment. So those boundaries are very critical. The second piece, maintain a pulse. So maintaining a pulse looks like checking in. Things can change. If one partner or friend desires to take the relationship to the next level, those check-ins allow you to regain the new information to know if the friendship can be sustained or not. A lot of times, men and women or those that are attracted to each other that are friends, they don't check the pulse. They're making these assumptions or they're making different type of gestures to imply. have that direct dialogue. There were a lot of times that when I had a female friend and she would, say, hey, I want to be more than just friends. At that moment, it was tough because I realized the amount of responsibility I had. Men, a lot of times we want our egos to be stroked, so it can feel good knowing somebody likes you. The same for women. Be responsible with that though, right? Like if your friend comes on to you and you're not feeling them like that, be responsible enough to tell them. Don't allow your ego to be stroked, because it's not a game. You're playing with somebody's heart, their emotions at that moment. So be responsible, and if you're really a good friend, you're going to let them know how you feel about them, and you're going to establish that boundary so you don't hurt them later. Instead, what most people like to do is tell their friends that that person likes them, and they allow their ego to be stroked, but in stroking your ego, you're really hurting somebody else. Third, establish roles. All relationships are give and take, right? Relationships are designed to enhance both partners, both people. So if you have a friendship, establish what that friendship is built on. As a therapist that works in a predominantly female industry, there are a lot of female therapist colleagues that I consult with. Those relationships and friendships are established around consulting about cases, processing information clinically, and helping each other grow as professionals. We know what the roles of those relationships are, which help with the boundaries and the post-checking, because when we ignite dialogue or conversations, we understand the path or the track they're supposed to stay on to fit into those roles. A lot of friends have these undefined roles, and it could be the friend who's there once the partner's going through a bad breakup. And over time, if your role is to be there to console your partners, your friend, when they're in a bad relationship, don't allow that to be some segue into their life. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane so they don't have to hurt you and you don't get hurt. Fourth and final, be all in or be out. If you're going to be a friend to that person, just be that. You're either going to be a friend or not be a friend. There were women, in high school, college, I might have been attracted to. Going into the relationship with those individuals, I would tell them up front, hey, I'm not trying to make you a friend. I'm trying to be more than that. And I was either all or nothing with that. With my wife, I recall we had started talking initially as friends because there wasn't really an attraction yet. We didn't know each other. And I believe we went like 3 months kind of just talking here and there, maybe once every other week or so. Once we hit month 4, we had a really good friend conversation for like hours. And after that conversation, I called her the next day and said, hey, you out of the friend zone. This is now me pursuing you as a mate. And if she would have declined my request, then I would have dropped the relationship. I wasn't going to torture myself being a friend to someone I was attracted to, and I knew I wanted more. So hopefully these 4 things will help you sustain a friendship with someone that is of the opposite sex, or you could potentially grow an attraction for. And this is how. First and foremost, respect the boundaries. 2, maintain a pulse on the relationship. 3, establish roles. And 4, be all in or be out. My name is Chris Matthews. Hope this video was helpful. I'm your relationship coach, licensed marriage and family therapist, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
You can never go back. I gotta take you.